Welcome to today's Swarf and Chips. I am so excited about this show because we, MTDCNC, have full exclusivity of this event here at Haas F1. So, Mark, what are we going to see from today's show?
Well, before we talk about that, I just have to say that you couldn't come to Haas F1 at a better time. They had a 4th and 5th in Austria quite recently, and it's absolutely fantastic for them. But really, what we're going to do next is actually interview the drivers.
Yes, I'm excited about that.
That's Romain Grosjean and also Kevin Magnussen. They're fantastic guys, but also we're going to talk to customers about why they buy Haas machines and how they grow their businesses by working with Haas.
Okay, let's stop talking and get inside. Come on. Thank you very much, Kevin and Romain, for letting us interview you today. So my first question is to you, Romain, is you've been in F1 for 6 seasons now. How does it differ being with Haas F1 from previous teams?
Well, I think it's a really great team. A bit smaller than the others I've had, but it's more of a family spirit into the team, which is great. And I think for our third year in Formula One, we're doing pretty well.
Kevin, I'm a great fan of your father's and yourself. I used to live at Brands Hatch, so I can remember your father raced there for a number of seasons. Now, does that add pressure to you, having a famous Formula One and motorsport father?
No, not really. I mean, he's still racing, and he was in Formula One many years ago. So it's not like it's a pressure. It's just it's cool having a dad who understands everything and who was lived it himself. So he has a great understanding.
So, of course, after a race, you're going to feel that you've got to give feedback to your engineers and everyone. How important is that feedback to improve the car for the next race?
Well, it's key. I mean, the feedback that we get, the feeling that we get in the car and then that we translate into feedback to the engineers is the key to develop the car and to get better race after race. So really, that's it's a very important dialogue in between the drivers and the engineers to understand what our feeling, or to translate our feelings into words and then those words into engineering stuff.
Now, Kevin, you had fantastic results, both of you. Well done at the Austrian Grand Prix. What was the difference, do you think, from previous races this year in reference to Austria?
I think it's not only Austria that we've been good. We've been fast in Australia as well. We've been fast in Bahrain, and we've been basically nearly every race except for 2 maybe that we were less competitive in Canada and in Monaco. So I think in Austria we both got to that point and scored good points together. And for the team as a whole, got the most points of the season. But I think generally, the performance-wise in the car, it's been there a few times this year, not only in Austria.
So, of course, we're at the factory here. Do you have a relationship with the engineers who are making the parts for the car? And is this a benefit to you?
It is. It's great that we've got hold of the Haas machine, being able to produce the parts that we need on the car. Initially, we produced more the parts for the wind tunnel, and then when we get more and more confidence into our progress and our making and our design, we could produce the parts for the car itself. And there's more and more parts in the car done by the Haas machine, and it's great to have that link. That completely makes sense for the Haas F1 team.
Kevin, with Silverstone literally around the corner, do the analytics help from previous races at Silverstone, or is it really start again with every car, every season?
Yeah, a lot of it you have to relearn. It's a slightly different car. The track has been resurfaced, and there's a bit of a different DRS zones on the track. So a few things need to be relearned, but a lot of it the experience you gained last year on this track with this team is very helpful this year, just in terms of getting to the optimum, kind of setup and some of the driving styles and problems that I had last year. You can kind of work on them already, and yeah, it helps.
So, of course, there's many brands out there that sponsor the teams who have nothing to do with making and building the car. Haas F1 do exactly that. What are those benefits with working with a company that make and build your car?
Well, it's great. I mean, we've got the support everywhere in the world, and one of the best examples is, I think, our first ever winter testing in 2016. We had a problem with the car, and we were in Spain, and there's a HFO Haas factory not far from the circuits, and we just went there and we produced parts and we designed parts and machined parts and brought them to the track, and then could run on the next day. And if we didn't have that, we wouldn't have been able to run. So that's the links that we've got, which is pretty amazing everywhere in the world.
Can you work one of the machines?
I've been starting few, but the program was already in.
Just pressing the button then?
Just pressing the green button. It's actually quite cool to see how it works. Very impressive to see a big piece of metal gets into, a very complex piece at the end.
Do you feel that helps you, by knowing the whole journey, drive easier? Are there any benefits for you there?
It's great to know that it's such a big brand and it's behind us, and we're very proud to wear the Haas color on our car. Don't think it makes a big difference to know that we know to start the machine, even though we've got a great relationship with the guests coming to the racetrack and having the extra experience that a customer of Haas machine can come to a Formula 1 Grand Prix and have fun with us.
Yeah.
Now, in 2017, Haas sold 13,500 machines. Now, they're looking to go 2,000 more machines this year. It's got to help the brand sales, isn't it, with being involved with you guys? The whole unit makes that happen, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, that's what our job is, I guess, promoting the Haas brand as well as we can, and by getting good results, that's the most effective way. The further up the grid, the more attention you get, and also the more respect you get. And people, I guess, with all the markets that we go to, and especially in China, I know it's a big thing to grow there. We'll try and do as well as we can to promote as well as we can.
Have you used a CNC machine, one of the Haas?
Same story as Romain, just press the button. I'm not an expert, but yeah, kind of cool to press that.
Good job.
Thank you so much, gents, for the interview, and we wish you the best of luck for the season ahead.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
Nice to be here this afternoon. Please, probably the best thing to do here is a round of applause for these two guys for last weekend. An interesting question from a British point of view, hopefully. We've just had
Can you tell me what the dynamics are between Haas and F1?
Yeah, so Haas CNC are the manufacturer of machine tools, which are based in California. So that was set up and owned entirely by Gene Haas. And Gene Haas also happens to own Haas F1. So that then becomes really our marketing thing, really. But it's wonderful to have. In the UK, we're slightly different. So Haas Automation UK, we're an agent to sell Haas machines. So having Banbury, having F1 as an associated thing is an absolutely fantastic and unique thing. And actually the two teams work very, very well together. They're complicit in what we're trying to do now. So
what are the benefits of the two teams working together, as an example?
Well, certainly having an association with the Formula 1 team's a draw. So if you're trying to get people to a demo, then what better draw to an interested party than an F1 team? But that said, also, it is a link. It's a technical link. So it's been said before, we don't make energy drinks. We make machines that make racing cars. So there's an intrinsic link, and customers feel complicit. So it really has helped to promote the brand, to engage customers with the brand and give us a bit more credibility going forward.
So I'm in the demo showroom here in Banbury. I'm with Adam Cole. We're going to look at some of the machines that they're displaying here that you can come and see here at this facility. Adam, let's start with this one. This is the VF2 SSYT. A lot of letters there. What does that stand for?
The SSYT is a super speed extended Y-axis machine. So it's our standard VF2, which is Haas's largest seller. and then it's increased in the Y by 100mm with a faster spindle and faster tool change.
Okay, so it's your largest seller across the board of machine tools, regardless of whether it's turning, milling. Wow, that's a good figure. The SS then super speed, and then the Y, the bigger Y-axis. Just remind me on the T again there.
The YT is the extended Y-axis travel on the machine.
Okay, and the bestseller, right? From milling over to turning, we make our way over to this lathe. I think what we've got is a really good spread of machines here that shows you, like you say, from the milling all the way through the turning as well.
Yeah.
Tell us about this model.
So the ST10 is the smallest production lathe that Haas do, so 6-inch chuck, 45mm bore machine. Sell a lot of these for bar feed type applications, fast, quick production.
I imagine you get quite a few multi-machine orders where you sell maybe a VF2 plus a lathe like this. It's a good mix, isn't it?
It is a good mix, yeah. Nice small machine, nice small footprint.
Okay, let's move backwards. Try not to trip up along the way. Mini mill. Now, how many of these have you got in the marketplace? You say the VF2 is a big seller, but these are as well, aren't they? You're pretty well known for these.
They are. There's a lot of mini mills out in the market. I think when they looked recent, there's about 16,000 these been sold. So a lot of these, and we've redone this machine as of this year. So we now do a modular version of this machine, so a customer can build it exactly to the spec they want. So anything that you don't want, you don't have to pay for. So if you want a coolant module, you can have it. If you're doing everything dry, you don't have to have it. If you want faster rapids, faster spindle speed, we can build it all to exactly the spec that you want. So completely modular design.
So very small footprint machine, ideal for small machine shops, tackling all types of materials. Are they pretty robust machines for a mini mill?
Machines, we've seen them in all types, from Inconel, aluminiums all the way through to Inconel, so they've been good machines. And if you decide you want other options later, we can change it later on to suit what you now do.
Okay, here we then, turning again, but we're going up in axes here, aren't we? We're starting to get into the more complicated realms of turning.
So this is our Y-axis lathe, this is our 8-inch chuck lathe. So this is also showing off our new BMT 65 turret, which is new for us. So Haas have always traditionally used their own turret, whereas now we use an industry standard turret configuration, which makes it a lot more.
I can see why you've done that then. So current users of turning sensors got BMT tooling. Yeah. Can that be fitted to this, driven or static?
Yeah, straight onto the turret. So we've got compatibility with all other machines. So.
How are things on the turning side for you? Because historically, you started on milling, didn't you? Yeah. Lathes came a little bit later on, but are they really sort of taking shape now and taking place in the market?
I think the current line of ST machines has brought us in line with what everyone else is doing. The options that we have are the same as everyone else, the configurations. It's made it a very good machine for people to buy and look at, and it works nicely if you're used to the Haas control, because it's exactly the same control as you use for milling.
And I think what is important to stress as well is these are the smaller end of the scale. You go up to the 25, the 30, the 40.
All the way through to a 55 size machine. So
up to a 55. So just what size would that be, a 55, in terms of chuck size, while we move over here?
Chuck size will be a 28 or a 30-inch chuck. Twin chuck, so front and rear mounted chucks, 2 metre bed length, so much larger machine. So.
Okay, fair to say here, we're going to sort of conclude this trip round. This has to be one of your most, well, it's a very popular machine, but one that people come to look at, isn't it?
It's the machine that we demo the most. It's our UMC 750. It's very popular 5-axis. We do 2 versions of it, the super speed and the standard machine. And
how well has this machine gone in the market? I'm not sure about around the globe, but here in the UK, you have sold some kit, haven't you?
Yeah, there's over 100 machines now in the UK and Ireland, 100 UMC machines. And
what sort of time scales? When was it launched?
End of 2014 was when we first started to sell these, and the beginning of 2015 is when we really started to push these machines along.
I think our viewers would probably like to know as well, do you generally tend them to sell them to new users, or do you have people that are buying multiples of these machines, just kind of reconfirming their reassurance in what they bought originally?
Yeah, I think the bulk of our customers we've sold to have either bought a second or even onto a third machine now. So I mean, we've got some users in Ireland that are up to 5 of these machines. So,
well, what makes the UMC popular? Why does it work?
The control, the footprint, the value for money. I think it just is a nice package for most people. So size-wise, it's not even bigger than our VF2, VF3 size footprint or floor space. So it's a nice size machine for a 500 working area, so 500 diameter. And
you have the SS model, which is the more advanced, the super speed version of this as well. How much faster is that?
The rotary speed is 3 times faster, and it's got a 15,000 RPM spindle as standard, so it gives you a much quicker package if that's what you're looking for.
Ergonomics of this, easy to get in, nice access, isn't it? Yeah. Good swarf control.
Yeah. conveyor as well, so we've got the conveyor in here, so nice, easy to clean out, nice and light, good viewing, 300 kilos on the table, so good weight capacity.
Great place for engineers to come, isn't it, here? They get to see the machine tool innovation, then they get to look at Formula One cars.
Yeah, they do, yeah. You never know what you're going to see out on the other side of that wall. They can be building the cars. If you're really lucky, they've got the Ferrari engines in and got them started up when people are here. Pit stop practice regularly. So
What do you think they prefer, the cars or the machines?
obviously the machines, isn't it? But I think the cars is a nice draw when you're coming in here. And not knowing what people are going to see is always a good thing.
I suppose machines probably more important because they're the ones that make the money.
So tell me how many Haas machines that you have in your workshop,
We have 3 Haas machines. We have 2 mills and 1 lathe.
and why would you choose to buy Haas in the future?
Reliability, the backups, perfect. Easy use of controls, brilliant. We just get on with it. We use the software as well, the CAD CAM. They're just brilliant bits of kit to use, yeah.
So why do you find the Haas machines easy to use?
The tool settings on them is so easy and so simple, and along with the F4 button and the F3 button, you can't go wrong.
Seamus, we're at this absolutely fabulous F1 event at Haas. Now, you were one of the first Haas machine tool people in the UK.
Yeah, we probably weren't one of the first, but we were soon after they arrived in the UK, and we were looking around for a new supplier who was good value, reasonably low cost, but could do good production equipment. And they were a bit untested. They were very untried and untested when they arrived, and we looked at the machine range they had, and they seemed to say all the right things. So we tried them, and to be honest, we never looked back. We've been dealing with them for probably 23 years now, and we've got about 20 of them, mostly milling machines, but we've had generally a very happy experience.
We added 2 VF2 Super Speeds just over a year ago. They were the first Haas machines we had. An opportunity came up, we needed some extra capacity. We run a total of about 30 CNC machines, but we needed some more good new capacity. Haas was the most similar to what we were currently running, fitted our way of thinking.
And what about, you talk about the technical aspect and the ease of use of the machine, what about the reliability, the robustness of the machine in order to handle different types of work?
Yeah, we're lucky. We machine what most people would say really easy work. You know, we machine almost entirely aluminium. We're making enclosures that are prismatic and components related to those. So we're not doing really tough materials. But so far, touch wood, you know, we haven't had any real problems. And a couple of niggling things like you'll always get with a new machine, Haas have been on to and sorted us out and got us going again quickly.
And a little birdie told me you might even be taking another 5.
We've got an opportunity at the moment that needs, well, I'm going through the numbers, but potentially another 5 machines. A mixture again of cells, so 3 more UMCs and 2 3-axis machines to work in cells to produce customers' requirements.
Crazy question, but Formula One fan?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Been a good experience to come here today, not only see the machines, but see these cars and meet the team too.
Yeah, absolutely. It's great to see a F1 driver up close.
Yeah, we've got on really well with the Haas. Like I say, it was the first CNC machine. We bought one year, second year we bought another one, third year we bought 2, and again, for the next couple of years, another machine. And what we like about them is the interchangeability. I can get a miller, he can drop onto a lathe quite easily, and vice versa. So all our machines in our shop floor are all Haas.
Currently just bought a TM1P, brand spanking new, with a 4th axis. So trying to find some work. Went to motorsport college as well. That's where I kind of got my skills from. Started on manual work and stuff like that.
So, how old are you, Tristan?
So I'm 19 years old.
And how did you get into engineering?
Did motorsport college for 2 years. And a couple of my friends have CNC work. They've been in the Formula One business, BAR, Honda, and stuff like that. So that's kind of given me the ambition to be a CNC person. We chose a Haas machine for the versatility, the ease of use, the friendliness of the company, and how much they can actually help and stuff like that. And we also had to find one that would fit in the garage, Because we have a single garage, so we found the one that would fit precisely to the inch. So
And it's brand new. How is it working?
Brand new, amazing machine. Can't fault it.
What a great event. I mean, it's so wonderful to see Haas's customers with a link with F1. It's the perfect place.
Well, if you think about it, what a fantastic person Gene Haas is. He builds an empire of machine tools, he makes parts, and he makes the car. What a magic branding exercise.
I know, he's winning his passion and his business all together in one. So I'm going to beat you home because I'm going home in number 8, Mark.
Well, I'm going for number 20.
Well, the race is on.
Come on.